Welcome back to Grime-Time with Rudy, a long overdue episode. With the hot weather, I haven't really been working out in the garage. We've been doing another project in the yard, so I've been busy with that and haven't really messed around with the cars. So I'm going to, with that pretty much out of the way, I'm going to get back to Grime-Time here, and so I appreciate your patience the last few weeks. This is a quick set. It's a, once in a while, the regular cars need some loving too, and the Black Cayenne you see behind me was due for an oil change. In fact, it's going to be, it just hit its 160,000 mile point on the odometer, so that's a major service. So over the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be doing a few things to it and tape it for people, because there really isn't a lot of information out there, and thought I'd put it out there as these first generation Cayennes really get back into enthusiast hands. All right, here's the pieces you need. I picked them up at the local Porsche dealer. The black O-ring you see and the oil filter, those come together, and then you need 2 crush washers that they can supply. I think this was about a total of $15 from the Porsche dealer. Ignore the bellows, the black bellows behind in the picture. That's for an upcoming project on the Cadillac. So you're probably asking, why do you need 2 crush washers? Well, Porsche's engineers, smartly, with the way they design the oil pan, you'll see it when I get underneath the car, actually has 2 drain plugs. A lot of novices don't realize that when they go to change the oil in these, that you have to drain both drain plugs. So moving on, in addition to those parts I just showed, you need 9. Yeah, that's right, 9 quarts of 0 W40 Mobil 1 oil. Without further ado, I'm going to show, and I did a time lapse, so I'm not wasting your time, and we'll see how people want to watch this. So that's what's going on. Those are the parts there, and put it up on the lift. And there's 2 underbelly storage things that you have to take off. That's what I'm showing here. Once I have those off, it's a 10 millimeter. I'm taking the oil filter canister out, pretty standard with a oil filter wrench, and letting that drain. Now you see me removing the rubber O-ring on the plastic canister, and then I put the paper element in, and I like to fill the canister up with a little bit of oil so it's not dry starting. And you see me, that was the first oil plug I did. Now I'm doing the second oil plug. So I drained the first one, the lower one, right by that cross member there, and then the upper one on the upper part of the pan. Here I am putting in the balance of the 9 quarts of oil. Pretty straightforward. And it's always a good idea to check. Close the hood. I go underneath. Start while the car is running. I check, make sure everything's not leaking. See that last piece there, there's some oil on the floor. Unfortunately, as fun as that drain canister is, with these Porsches and the amount of oil they have, I've noticed that with the Boxer too, the oil's coming out so fast that it's too slow, that pipe is too small a diameter for the flow. And what ends up happening is sometimes I get oil overflow on the back. So I'm looking at maybe buying an upgraded unit from Harbor Freight around the corner. But other than that, it's a pretty straightforward 45-minute job, as long as you know the nuance of the 2 drain plugs on the Cayenne. So stay tuned for upcoming maintenance videos on the Cayenne, as I have to do the automatic transmission service. That's a bit involved, and I'll show how to do that. There's actually no filler tube on that transmission, so I have to fill it from underneath the car. There's a whole procedure around that. As well as need to change the oil or the fluids in the front differential and the rear differential. I also need to use the Durametric tool in an upcoming video to show how I turn off the various solenoids so that I can do a brake fluid bleed that's supposed to be done every 2 years on these. So thanks for watching, and if you haven't done so already, please subscribe. And tell your friends about Guys with Rides, as well as Grime-Time with Rudy. And feel free to send me your questions at email@guyswithrides.com, and I'll return them with answers as soon as possible. Thanks, and have a great day.